Attempt number 3. So we are looking at the Kraftwerke Torc Mòr version 3. I call it Dirty Distortion pedal, but it's kind of like a fuzz distortion, fuzz overdrive thingamajiggy-bob, aimed at people who like the heavy, dirty stuff. Although, to be fair, it cleans up really well and can be very usable as a normal distortion or overdrive pedal as well. But really the idea here is to create a lot of rich harmonics within the distortion, and drive it all the way into fuzz territory, and therefore making it usable for stoner, for sludge, for doom, and having quite a variety of tones that can be sucked out of this pedal. So we're in a clean channel of the amp. Everything is on 12 o'clock. And the guitar is tuned down to D drop C. And we shall switch on the pedal. So on the setting, this is kind of like the bass setting, if you like. The switch is over to the left, which means that we have a fairly decent bass cut to make sure that the bottom end is nice and tight. And the gain is middle, and the more you turn it up, the more you get into a little bit of a fuzz territory. Now it gets a little bit more accentuated when we go over to the other switch setting. So the tone control is quite variable. It is very loosely based on the Big Muff Pi tone stack. And the whole point of that is that we can have a really far-stretching kind of tone control. So the actual parts are quite different from the Big Muff Pi, so the values. However, the whole idea is the same, that you've got quite a sweep from bass to really high crispy treble. Depending on what your amp settings are, you have the options to dial it in the way you want. So let's go over to the other section. So this is a much fuller sound. This is really the tone that we're chasing with this pedal. The only drawback of this setting is that it doesn't have that really tight bottom end. It's still tight enough, but it is not for something like staccatos or anything like that. And this is really the setting that I suppose most people will be using this on. And again, if we dial this gain all the way up, we get into really sustain for absolute ages on this. Dial it back a little bit, get the tone back a little bit, get to a little bit of a normal distortion. And here we can start playing with our volume on the guitar. And if we go on to the neck pickup and dial down the volume a bit, get rid of some of the we get to maybe somebody who wants something a little bit more manageable in a distortion tone. But really, what you do with these things is you dime the shit out of it, and we get dirty. So why did I choose the name Torc Mòr? Well, Torc Mòr means basically big pig in Scots Gaelic, essentially referring to a wild boar. And wild boars were one of the kind of favorite animals to hunt by the medieval kings and before. One of the reasons was because they were dangerous to hunt, and it was a bit of a bravery exercise, but the wild boars were also very much seen as a symbol of kingship, bravery, strength, all those kind of things in the ancient world. So it looked to me like that is a good name and a good idea. Thank you for watching. Please support our campaign. If you want any of these pedals, you can obviously find them on Reverb. You can find them on our online shop. And we also have a campaign running through Indigogo, where you can pre-order them. Thank you very much.